All right, let's just jump right into it. If you're a founder, especially in a service business, I bet this is going to sound familiar. You know that feeling? The one where the whole company, all its wins, everything, it's all on you? Well, today, we're going to talk about how to fix that.
I mean, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? That's the double-edged sword for so many amazing founders out there. Yeah, you're the magic. You're the reason it all works. And that feels great, but it's also a trap.
So what exactly is this trap we're talking about? It actually has a name. And just knowing the name, just being able to spot it, is the first big step to getting out of it. It's what we call the founder bottleneck.
Basically, it means you are the engine. You're the one making everything go. So what happens if you want to take a vacation, or you get sick, or, you just want to focus on something new for a bit? The business slows right down. It might even just stop. Think about that. Your growth isn't capped by demand. It's capped by you and how many hours you have in a day.
So does any of this ring a bell? Like every time a new client comes in, you're basically starting from scratch? Is everything, everything, all the key relationships, the processes, is it all just stored in your head? If your only plan to grow is to hire more people to do what you do, well, that's the bottleneck right there. It's like being on a hamster wheel, just running faster and faster, but not really getting anywhere new.
Okay, and here's what's so important to understand. It's all about how you see the problem. Because if you get the diagnosis wrong, you're going to use the wrong medicine, right? This isn't about you needing to work harder. It's not about finding better clients. And this is the light bulb moment. The issue isn't the work itself. You're probably amazing at what you do. The problem is internal. It's a problem with the structure. It's about the how, not the what. And once you get that, that changes everything.
Okay, so let's break this down. Look at the two sides here. On the left, you've got your standard service operation. It's all manual work, the results can be a little inconsistent, and it 100% depends on you showing up. And because of that, it's almost impossible to sell. Now look at the right. That's the goal, a systemized engine. It's repeatable, it's consistent, it's scalable, and here's the kicker. It's a sellable asset. That's the journey we're talking about.
So how in the world do you get from the left side to the right side? Well, you install an operating system for your business. Think about it like Windows or iOS for your company. It's a system that runs campaigns the same way every single time. Quality is built in not because you're triple checking everything, but because the system itself just works.
All right, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. Let's build this thing piece by piece. We're going to start with the first two major components, the content and publishing engines. This is all about how you create and share your magic. This is basically the blueprint. The whole media engine is built on these four pillars. You've got the content engine, the publishing engine, the distribution engine, and the reporting engine. And when they all work together, that's when you have a system that doesn't need you to manually push every single button. Okay, pillar number one, the content engine. You know that feeling of staring at a blank page? Yeah, the whole point of this engine is to make that feeling go away. It's designed to give you consistent, high-quality stuff without you having to reinvent the wheel every single time. It's about turning your creative spark into a reliable product.
So how does it actually do that? Well, it's a whole toolkit. Instead of just winging it, you're using things like AI to help write drafts, you've got structured workflows for developing stories, and you use templates so you're not doing the same boring stuff over and over. The end result? You can actually scale your content without burning yourself out. But look, making great content is awesome, but it's only half the job, right? If nobody sees it, what's the point? That's where the publishing engine comes in. I love this idea. It's the antidote to the create and pray approach we all fall into sometimes.
What this engine really does is create predictability. You have actual workflows and schedules, so your brand or your client's brand shows up consistently, everywhere it needs to be, on time, every time. It takes publishing from this massive annoying chore and turns it into a smooth-running machine. Okay, so far so good. We've got our content made and we've got a system to publish it. Now for the next two pillars. These are all about pushing that content to the right people and then, crucially, measuring what's actually working.
And this is a really important difference. Publishing is like putting a book on a shelf. Distribution is like having a sales team that gets that book into the hands of people who want to read it. It's about proactively pushing your content out there, replacing all that manual hustle with smart, automated systems.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're not just talking about scheduling a few social media posts. This is way bigger.
This is about building real systems for things like media outreach or setting up actual funnels that grow your audience over time. It's active, not passive. That's the key.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the reporting engine. This is what ties it all together. This is how you stop guessing what's working and start knowing. It gives you and your clients crystal clear proof that what you're doing is actually delivering value. So you've got these clean dashboards, standardized reports. You can see what's happening in a single glance. It's not about drowning in data. It's about getting clarity. So you can see what's getting results and do more of that, and see what's a waste of time and just stop doing it.
Okay, so we've walked through the 4 pillars of the engine: content, publishing, distribution, reporting. But so what? What does this actually do for you? This is where it all connects back to the big, important goals that pretty much every founder has.
Yeah, this right here, this is the why. Why go through the trouble of building all this? It's so you can take on more clients without burning out. It's so you can actually take a vacation without your phone blowing up. But really, the big one is this. It's how you build a business that has value completely separate from you. A business that's an asset, something someone would want to invest in or even buy from you one day.
You know, there's a mention of a $500,000 fundraising goal in the material this is based on. And let me tell you, here's a hard truth. Investors don't really invest in a person. They invest in a system. They're looking for a repeatable engine that creates growth, not just one founder's heroic round-the-clock efforts. A system like this is what gets you in the door for that kind of conversation.
And this is the big takeaway, really. I want you to let this one sink in for a second. With a system, you're not selling your time anymore. You're not just a freelancer trading hours for dollars. You are selling a product, a productized engine that gets a result. And that shift from service to product, that is everything when it comes to building real long-term value.
So, at the end of the day, that's the real question, isn't it? It all boils down to this choice. Are you building a really stressful, high-paying job for yourself? Or are you building a genuine asset, something that can grow and scale and thrive even when you're not there? So, which one are you building?